slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented
And welcome to the show, everyone, on World Sports Mania Entertainment. I'm Joe, along with Sean, and we have a very special guest that we're going to be bringing up in about 2 minutes, maybe less, maybe even 5 seconds. What an amazing story. What an amazing person we're going to be bringing up here right now in Toni. And I'm going to let her explain everything because this is incredible. It's a big mouthful, and I want her to explain everything, and I want it done correctly. So without any further ado, we're going to bring up the one and only Toni Ferrara, straight up from our unbelievable. I am so excited to bring her up, and let's do this, Sean. Let's do it.
All right.
And we just did. Let's
Hi,
go.
Hi.
There you are.
Hi.
I was like,
Toni,
little technology
welcome.
glitch, but we're here. How are you?
Good. How you doing? Welcome to World Sports Mania Entertainment. This is actually the second interview that we're doing on this channel because our main channel is Yankee Mania. So
I mean, Joe.
there we go. I love
it's
it.
Family. It's family. We're all family here. I didn't buy this hat for the show. This is like my hat. I actually was just wearing it the other day. You know, we're repping spring training. I'm actually in Scottsdale right now, guys, and we obviously have a lot of the other teams playing. Funny story enough, I'm actually going to the Dodgers Diamondbacks game next Tuesday. My Dodger friend was like, "You're going to wear blue, right?" And I was like, "No, I can't wear blue." But I'll wear the hat at the Dodgers game first. I'm like, wait a minute, a girl can't wear blue. But yeah, so yeah, I'm actually a Yankees fan, so I love that component for you.
Oh yeah, Toni.
Could always
Toni,
do the midnight blue with the Yankee cap.
Listen, again, can't be really rocking that royal blue, so
Right.
or
Cool.
Dodger blue they call it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know the midnight blue, like our navy pinstripe.
Yeah.
You got it. Well, Toni, first of all, thank you so much for taking time in your busy schedule to come on here. You're an amazing, amazing woman. And I am starstruck, so you got to excuse me right now. I think, you know, when I heard you were coming on and I saw all the, everything that you've done, and you're so young and you're incredibly beautiful. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. So tell us through the journey.
Joe, are you trying to get me a husband? I love that. You can be my publicist anytime.
Okay, no problem. There you go. I wish I was 30 years younger. No. So tell us, how did you start this wonderful journey?
So thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. I started off my career almost 20 years ago. It's hard to believe to say that. I moved to Los Angeles to be a celebrity fashion stylist. So this kind of like makes way into like what I'm doing now in the pop culture side, being the official NFL pop culture expert for Live Now from Fox during football season. So I dress celebrities for a living. So worked with people like Kate Beckinsale and Matthew McConaughey. And I had an amazing career dressing celebrities. Also was a fashion editor. I was like the original how-to girl before How to Lose a Guy with 10 Days with Kate Hudson. I wrote for InStyle. I told girls how to wear horizontal stripes and how to de-pleather or de-wrinkle their pleather leggings and how to wear neon yellow. And so I was really into the fashion industry for almost 11 years. And around that same time, I was tapped to launch Shoe Dazzle with Kim Kardashian. So that's kind of what got me into the branding marketing side of my job. And I just like really loved it. It was such a fun creative space to be able to learn about e-commerce and about brands. This is before the world of influencer even was a thing. And then I've been doing that now for, I'll be 9 years this year. For Our Media was born 9 years ago. It's wild to think that. And again, if you would have asked me 9 years ago, what does For Our Media look like? I did not know what it looked like. All I cared about was serving my clients at the highest level and really just treating them with white glove treatment, which is what I've gotten to do. And then last August, so exciting, I actually got to be on as a guest on Live Now from Fox, talking about Swiftonomics, Joe and Sean. Swiftonomics, that's actually a word. You can actually take a course in it, apparently. You can take Swiftonomic courses because Taylor Swift is that big of a pop culture entity that you can actually take a class on it. So I was asked to be a guest on Live Now from Fox with Stephanie Quinn, and that one segment ended up turning into a weekly segment where I got the privilege and I get the honor to break down the hottest headlines of the NFL and pop culture intersection every week.
Wow. That is a handful. That is a total handful. I dare to say that you enjoy everything that what is the part of the job that was challenging for you in the beginning? And how did you just say, listen, I can conquer this. This is what I want to do. And there had to be something that ignited you to say, I'm doing this. So take us through that.
Yeah, I think obviously the first challenge is always like so I'm originally from the East Coast. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. I was raised in Florida, right outside Orlando. I am a Navy brat. I'm a proud Navy brat. I think moving around as a child definitely allows you that freedom to not be scared to move. So I kind of always knew I would end up in Los Angeles at some point. It's actually funny story enough. I actually had a friend actually about a month ago say, when you're in my yearbook in high school, you actually wrote to me and said like, wait till you see me in LA. And I did that when I was like 18 years old. And I think to myself now, like, I had no idea what I was even saying at that point, but I was already manifesting where I was going to be, like, and my subconsciously knew I was going to be in LA. So I always had this dream to like dress celebrities. I like always would like, I was the girl who like made clothes for her Barbies. And I was the girl who would always like come up with something very like couture looking. So fashion was always something, and always obviously having a grandmother in the city in Manhattan, I would watch how my grandmother dressed with her friends. So fashion was always something I was always enamored by. But in all transparency, if you ask my high school friends, I was not the most stylish girl. I tried, I experimented, but I was definitely not the most stylish girl. But I always felt a kinship to the identity of what fashion is and how every day you can be a different person. You can be sexy one day, you can be sporty one day. And I really love that like character building. And so I think for me, just the first and foremost of like my challenges, like, okay, how am I getting from Tampa, Florida, to Los Angeles? And so it was the logistical side. But once I figured that one out and I had saved a little bit of money, it was like, nobody was going to tell me no. And I think that's the Italian girl in me is like, no one's like, I basically always say like, watch me and take pictures. Like that's always been my MO in life. And I've always been really fearless. And so I relocated to LA, not knowing a single person. Like I knew no one. It was like me, my 2 suitcases, and a hostel in downtown LA. And I was just like, I am going to work until I make it. And then I will, call my parents and say, come meet me out here in LA. And I did that. And so it was wild. Like it was definitely wild.
Wow. I don't think there's a quiet day in your life. I mean, every day
is different, Joe. Every day. The one thing about my life I love is that every day is different. Working with talent, which is what I do. It's such a fun day. Yesterday, we just debuted a cover of one of my clients from Hulu. It's like some days we're doing photo shoots, some days we're doing interviews, we're doing podcasts, and my clients are on podcasts. Every day is different, but the best part of my job, I would say, is the storytelling component. I love amplifying voices. That is what I think God put me on this earth for, is to amplify people's stories, give them a platform and a place to be able to say, I came from here, look what I did, and look what I'm doing, and look what I'm giving back to the community and how I'm making an impact.
Wow. There's Sean, that is a handful, 2 handfuls, and maybe filling Yankee Stadium. So, I mean, really, amazing. But tell us some of the so how did you get like you started, let's say, with one star, one celebrity. So what drove you? What like just I'm going to do this, and now do they completely are they in your hands completely, Tony? Or, I mean, how does
Yeah,
that?
in fact, for fashion, yeah, as a stylist, like, you meet with a team. And how I even started out that was I actually interned for an agency that reps hair and makeup and fashion stylists. So she was the one that was putting me on these jobs. And so I was assisting under some really big celebrity stylists like Edgar Revia and um, Nikki Siegenberg, and being an intern or assistant under them really gave me the confidence to do it on my own. But I'll be honest, my first photo shoot, I'll never forget, was my first photo shoot. I had to drive to Las Vegas, never been to Vegas. So like in a car from LA, driving to Vegas with a suitcase full of clothes that I had just purchased at Bloomingdale's. Sorry, Bloomingdale's, for what you're about to hear. That I had charged on my credit card because I didn't even know how to get clothing for the photo shoot. Now, obviously, looking back at my career, I started making relationships with all the designers and all the brands. So I was able to go get clothing and pull clothing and borrow them for the shoots. But in the beginning of my career, I was buying clothing, retagging it, and, definitely like returning it because I was like living off of a peanut butter cracker and ramen noodle budget.
Wow. That is,
Listen, a starving artist, I truly believe you have to be a starving artist to be successful. You have to learn what it's like to like hustle and grind if you want something bad enough in life. I think if something's handed to you, you'll never value it.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
You're
You're right. Yeah. Sean,
Right,
you have
I
a
mean-
question before we have a few questions from fans. And it's funny, fans are writing in on the on our email, and I guess they're just sitting back and relaxing and watching you. They don't want to go in the chat. So we have two chats going on, by the way. So we have some questions for you. But Sean, before we get into that, you have any questions before we ask you some questions?
Yeah, well, Miss Toni, thanks for coming in and spending time with us today. And as a fellow military brat, my parents were Navy, but I served in the Navy.
Oh my God, thank you for your service.
Yes, ma'am. And, what was it like transitioning from fashion, figuring all that out, and then going into doing your PR agency for sports and sports broadcasting?
Yeah, so that's actually a really good question. So for me, I think a lot of people are scared of the word pivot. And one thing I've learned is that like sometimes you're meant to do something for a certain amount of time and then it's like, okay, now what? And God gave me such an amazing gift to be able to pivot. And so I basically was able to, there's like a correlation between what I did as a stylist and the relationships I made with editors and the magazines that really is like almost a close kinship or relationship to PR. And I mean that by saying like the same people I was, writing like, okay, this celebrity was wearing this dress and these shoes and this jewelry. Same person I'm talking to in the magazine is also in tight quarters with the editor who writes about what their projects are. So I was just doing a pivot. I was pivoting instead of talking about what somebody's wearing. I'm now talking about their projects, what show they're on, what photo shoot they're getting ready to do, what movie they're going to appear in. And so I think I basically just took my black book of all of my contacts in fashion, and I was able to literally take that and then move it into PR. And I really, honest to God, only started my PR firm for one simple reason. And that was because I saw a lot of my B and C list actresses that were on like CW shows and like, Fox shows that were like, probably up and coming, but they weren't getting seen. And the reason is because they're with these big agencies. And I said, you know what? If I did an agency one day, I'd want it to be a boutique enough that I could be able to be in contact. Like every one of my clients can call me or text me basically until I'm asleep. And I want to be able to have that relationship. I don't want them to have to go through 3 different people to get to me. I want to be able that we have this relationship in this collaborative environment where they can come to me at 1:00 in the morning and say, hey, I just saw so-and-so do this deal. Can we see if this brand wants to work with me? And having that open dialogue, I think has been is so key. But again, you have to remember, I came from fashion where I'm seeing people in Hollywood practically naked. I'm seeing their insecurities. I'm making sure they look and feel their best. And I'm doing the same kind of thing, storytelling and clothing and fashion. Now I'm doing storytelling from like what their projects are and who they are.
Oh, wow. No, that's real great, and I mean it's
Wow.
amazing. You find out a lot of all that stuff kind of mirrors together.
No, it really.
I think a lot of things do if you can find the correlation or like the points that kind of connect.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Well, we're going to go to our first question, and again, now 4 people are saying, Joe, it's not that we're not out there, we're out here, but we're enjoying it so much. Your guest is amazing, and we have the first question from Teresa, who comes from Bari, by the way, in Italy, and she asked,
that's where my family's from.
Yeah, there you go. I feel like you guys should just take over the show, and
maybe Teresa's a cousin, Joe. I don't know. Would she invite me over for? Is she gonna invite me over for Sunday sauce? That's what I need to know.
Well, when we do when we do the show, definitely 100%. She just typed that you are most welcome anytime in our home. So and she does live in Staten Island, New York. So there you go.
Love
my
it.
neck of the woods. So her question is: so when you're doing a star or your first time you ever did it, how nervous were you? What was going through your mind?
Okay, I don't even know if I should name drop this, but the first celebrity I ever had an interaction with was Mariah Carey, and I think my first thought was, oh my gosh, this is Mariah Carey. She is like the epitome of beauty and culture and music, and she's such an icon. And I thought to myself, if I can help this stylist who was styling her, then I can handle anybody in Hollywood. That was literally my MO.
Wow. Do they?
That'll give you confidence real quick. If you can handle that, if you can handle her, because she is just so fabulous and she's just, again, such an icon, then I think you can handle anything.
Well, I also believe throughout the year, and I've met Mariah Carey at Madison Square Garden a couple of times for the award shows, and she's so many times so misunderstood, and a lot of people have said, so many, this and that. And I'll tell you the truth, what she did in the Olympics, singing the Italian song, I got the utmost respect for her. She grew fond in my heart.
Yeah.
I mean, she killed it. She really, really killed it. And I'm very, very proud, of her performance and what she did. And
we love her. She's amazing. Again, I think a lot of people are misunderstood in life. I think until you truly know somebody or know their art as an artist, yes. I think a lot of people can be misconstrued. Ironically, Mariah and I, our birthdays are one day apart. I love her.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's this month too. Happy early birthday, Mariah Carey.
Happy birthday to you too. Oh my God.
Thank you. It's our birthday month, March.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Mine too.
Yeah, well, happy birthday to you too. March is going to be epic.
Oh yeah.
So you said it's in March, huh?
March 26th is me. I believe Mariah Carey is the 27th.
Oh my God, that's my brother.
So there you go.
March
26th. Happy birthday, Joe's brother.
Yes, to John. Yep. And
to John. There you go. Happy birthday, John.
And we have a little surprise for you because we have a singer on staff, and she does amazing things for us. And this is for you.
Happy birthday
oh my God.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, that is
I love it.
Maria. That is Maria Venuto.
I know, we love Maria.
And do you know her?
Yeah, I've met Maria before. Yeah, Maria's a good Greek girl. Good Greek girl, good Italian girl. Like, yeah, we love Maria.
Well, actually, Maria is Italian. She's from family's from Sicily.
Okay, I did not know that.
And she is unbelievable. They sing on cruises. They sang in Italy at the Columbus Day Parade. And her father, everybody in the family, just unbelievable. And she does some cooking with us. She'll do some singing with us. And she was nice enough to sing a few songs. She does the national anthem.
Nice.
All of that. So
That's such a thing. I feel like the national anthem, I feel like some people don't understand how hard that has to be. Like you asked me about like my career. Like when I look at other people's careers, I'm like, that would like some things like live TV doesn't make me nervous, but like if I had to sing live on TV, yes, that would make me nervous.
really, yeah, no, it is amazing, and
It's a gift.
yeah, yes, it is, and I got to tell you, we're going to be doing something. I think, and hopefully, if you're in New York, this would be so great. We're with Nitin and his Sports Rush team. We're going to be putting together a softball baseball game.
I would love that.
To raise money for cancer research and all kinds or everything, kids in need, the Towers, Red Cross. And so people like Maria, she's going to sing the national anthem. We're going to have actresses come up. Some will play, some will announce, some will sing, some will hang out with the crowd. So when we announce the date and everything, if you're around, we would love to have you come in.
Yeah, I would absolutely love it. I have baseball is my family's like sport. My brother was drafted to the Minnesota Twins in 2002. My brother actually did a little scouting for the Dodgers farm teams on the East Coast and the Southeast. So like when it comes to baseball, like I'm a huge baseball fan. Clearly, you know where my loyalty lies. But
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, definitely count me in. I would love that. I think that's so fun.
Yes, and we definitely 100% will. And another thing that we do near the end of the interview, and I have a little surprise for you with that too. But at the end,
I love all the surprises, Joe. I love surprises.
Oh, are you kidding? We what we'd like to do is all of our guests, and we've had ball players, actors, actresses, and they all right in front of everyone. They do. You're watching NY Yankee Mania. Yep. Or World Sports Mania.
If I do it, I'll wear the hat. Yeah, I'll put this on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, you got to wear the hat.
Plus,
but you
Joe,
can't hide,
wait,
you
Joe
can't
and
hide
Sean,
that
wait.
face.
I have a story for you. Speaking of Yankees, speaking of iconic Yankees. So before I was a celebrity fashion stylist, I was going to fashion school in Tampa, Florida. And I worked at the Nordstrom at the International Plaza Mall. And the Yankees obviously have spring training there. Mm-hmm. And I was very lucky that I got to actually be Derek Jeter's personal shopper. So talk about Yankee royalty. But he had called up Nordstrom. They assigned it to me. I worked in the rail department, which is like the trendy men's section. And they assigned it to me. And I like basically pulled a bunch of jeans for Derek Jeter. So that before I even touched any of my other celebrities, he was technically my first celebrity client. Him and John Lynch. I shopped for John Lynch too, the GM from the Niners.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So what was it like with Derek Jeter? Because I mean, talk about a misunderstood celebrity.
I mean, I'll say this much. I think that for me was like, I treated him like every other customer because like Nordstrom is very specific on how you treat people. So for me, it was like, obviously knew who he was. All the guys, everybody was going crazy the day that we knew he was coming in. But he was nothing but nice. He was honestly such a gentleman. And obviously, like I have a lot of respect for Derek Jeter, but he's a cool guy.
Wow. And like I said, Sean, in the beginning, is there anything that you did not do? And,
yes.
And on top of everything that you're doing, the way you look, it's like, it's a model. That's what
you're very sweet. And again, it was one of those things I never wanted to be in front of the camera, but obviously the camera wanted me to be in front of it, which is very interesting. Like I said, like last August, I was literally asked to come on Live Now from Fox as a guest. And originally I was actually tapped to come on the day that Taylor and Travis got engaged. And I actually had a call from right at the time they asked me to be on was like 15 minutes from when she had texted me. And I said, oh my God, I have a call with NBC because my client's on Bravo and we had to talk about BravoCon, which was happening like a month later. And so I was like, unfortunately, I have a company. So like, I'm not taking a TV opportunity when I have clients to tend to. I actually have a business, And so I said no to it. I declined it at first. And in my heart, I've always kind of moved through the world in my career, especially with the knowing that if it's meant for you, like you can't mess it up. right? So it's like what's meant for you will always find you. So saying no to that opportunity, I just said like, thank you so much. Please consider me for the future. But like, again, I don't know if they're going to call me back. 2 days later, she had messaged me and she was like, hey, can you come on Sunday and talk about Swiftonomics, which I hit on the top of the show? And I was like, that is so my world. Like I'm a numbers girl. I'm a marketing girl. I'm a PR girl. I think that, what Tree Payne, Taylor Swift's publicist, has done for her career, I think has been phenomenal. And I think a lot of people forget who's working behind the scenes of these celebrities that you love. And it was like, yeah, I can talk about how the fact that she raised the GDP of 12 countries. And I love that there's a football tie-in. I'm not a Swift fan by any means, but I do love like we're getting a new batch, a new audience, a new female fan base for the NFL. And so I went on thinking I was a guest. I like called my parents and I was like, hey, I'm going to be guesting on live now from Fox. And before I could even hang up the Zoom with them on Fox and actually call my parents to talk to them, they were like, we want to do this every week with you. Like, and I was like, I'm sorry, wait, what? Like, cause again, I never thought that this was like ever going to be my calling. But I think what's true is that like dreams don't ever have an age.
No, you're right. Oh my God.
Oh, you're right. But no.
I've
been like so fortunate. Like you guys, I met Nitin and I'm now going to be a part of NR Media. We talked last night. He's going to do some things with me. I met him at the flag football game in San Francisco, like, which was like, I think it was like night 2 of officially like night 2 of the NFL Super Bowl week. And I was there because I had got invited to over 14 events and I pitched the idea to my producers at Fox, like, hey, can I show the behind the scenes of like 14 of the coolest parties, events? And they were like, we love that. And so that was what I was in San Francisco for. I literally covered 14 events in 4 days for Super Bowl. I was editing my content at midnight, flying from San Francisco back to Scottsdale, Arizona, which is where I'm at right now, home base. And I literally was editing on the whole flight back. And I did the show the next morning.
That's unbelievable. But
when you love what you do, is it really work?
Nope.
No.
Exactly.
It's not work. No, it's not. And I've been doing this since I was 14 years old.
See?
So, and I went on New York radio when I was 14, just about getting to be 15 years old. So when everybody's playing outside and, thinking about whatever, I'm thinking about getting sponsors for a New York Yankees show.
Yeah.
So, and I've loved it all my life. I've been around it, but in listening.
Well, see, that's a true testament, Joe. Like, it's again, like just like me, and I'm sure Sean, the same way. It's like when you love something and you really want something, this is a good lesson for anyone watching the show, by the way, especially millennials and especially like Gen Zers, is if you want something bad enough, you'll work for it and you won't make an excuse for it, right? So it's like you have to kind of go between what's more important to you. Is it hanging out and going clubbing with your friends? Or is it actually like grinding and putting your nose down and getting to work? Because at the end of the day, like the parties and all the fun stuff will come to you, but you've got to put in that work first.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you have another question here from Bob. And Bob asks, first of all, thank you so much for coming on. You're incredible. He says, I get tired just listening to what you're saying. It's so great. But my question to you is, where do you find time for Toni? Where does that all come? When do you get to do something for yourself or have a private life, see your family?
So that's a good question. I am getting better at setting boundaries in that regard. The beautiful thing about owning your own company is that you get to take your time back. So I do spend a lot of time with my family. I see them probably like 6 times a year. Most of them are on the East. Everyone's on the East Coast pretty much. So between Pittsburgh, North Carolina, and Florida. But I do set hard boundaries. So in the evenings, that is my time to be with friends or my personal time. My weekends are very sacred to me unless we're doing an award show or we're doing a photo shoot that day. I do believe in work-life balance in that regard. And my team, the same way, I make sure they have time off. We just came off an insane Sundance Film Festival where we did a 4-day activation for our client 11th Hour Productions. We did the 11th Hour Lodge in Sundance. It was a 6 a.m. to a 3 a.m.er every single day for 4 days straight. And I made sure that when we got back, I gave my team like half days. I gave my team extra hours. Same thing for me, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. I am getting better at it though, as far as like, stricter boundaries and making sure I do take a little bit more time for myself. But I do have a private life that I don't share on social media. I think the other thing that's important is like the time I spend in the mornings. I get up in the morning about 5:30 in the morning and I work out, and that's my time. That's my time to work on myself, my mental health, my physical health. So there's time. There's 24 hours in the day. And you just have to be able to be really good at time management to be able to structure that.
Yeah, yeah, and wow. I don't know. For once, I am absolutely speechless. I just, I'm just just by all means, you take over the show, because I am totally. Sean will tell you, I'm never speechless, but I mean, what an amazing! You really are amazing. You are
Thank you.
absolutely an inspiration. And one of our avid Yankee fan listeners, Katie, who adores the Yankees, she's very happy you came on, and she's asking
Hi,
you,
Katie.
what do you enjoy most about being the founder of your media?
Yeah, so I think I hit on this a little earlier. It's a storytelling aspect for me. It's when someone comes to me and has a story, and everyone has stories, to be honest with you. But I think some people want to share and some people don't want to share. And I love being able to take somebody's story and be able to share it with the world, and not in a way for the ego to be like, who's the coolest, but like if there's something, if you're a breast cancer survivor, if your mom is a breast cancer survivor, if you have, a project you're working on that you've raised money for, like anything like that, I love to be able to highlight. I work with athletes, obviously, as well. So my athletes are a little shy to share some of the good deeds they do in the world because they don't want it to be press. And I totally respect that. Like, I think sometimes things that people do, whether it's like paying off layaways or going to Target and paying for everybody's, Christmas presents, like one of my NFL clients has done in the past, they don't want me to publicize that. And again, there's some stories that we share, and then there's some stories that we don't share, because some of my clients, it's not about the ego. They're doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They don't want the accolades for it, and I respect that. But it's honestly, it's the storytelling. I love telling people stories. I like amplifying voices that don't get to be told. Fun example of that is actually my makeup artist. She is from Venezuela. She and her mom fled Venezuela 12 years ago. Her dad actually worked for Hugo Chavez. And our show on Live Now from Fox sometimes will get interrupted if there is a world news segment. So during the Venezuela situation a month and a half ago, they said, hey, we're not going to be on for Sunday football. And I was like, that's fine. And they said, because of Venezuela. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so funny. My makeup artist is from Venezuela. And, her and her mom are crying tears of happiness right now for their people. And she said, oh my gosh, can we put her on the TV? And I was like, let me ask her. So being able to give people platforms. And so again, my makeup artist, who would never normally ever do live TV, got to actually sit in this seat and talk to the world and tell her story of what it's like being raised in Venezuela. And I think, again, like those are the moments I live for. I live for the moments where I can amplify somebody's voices and also just share their perspective and their experience.
Wow. Like I said,
not everyone can do that. And I think if you have a platform, I think sometimes people get real selfish. And I truly believe that there's room for everyone to eat at the table. And if the table's not big enough, you build an extension. And I truly think that's how we should look at the world and not be just so competitive. I think, again, it's about collaboration.
we have a question here from Sadie, and Sadie asks, Joe, we know that you do the wrestling podcast, you do play-by-plays. Can you ask your guest, does she do anything with the WWE superstars, the women's side?
So funny, Sadie, that you say that. I would say follow me on social media. I might actually start repping one of the champions from the WWE that's a female. I won't say much more than that, but I actually grew up watching wrestling. I think it was something that, like, I was a little Hulkamaniac back in the day. I know it's hard to believe that, but like, yes,
I believe it. I believe it.
You believe it, Joe? Okay, I'm happy.
Yes.
I was an Ultimate Warrior forever.
Would you Hulkamania forever for sure? Also, like Ultimate Warrior, Randy Macho Man Savage, the Heart Foundation, the Legion of Doom. I mean, I can talk WWE with the rest of them. Like, I am totally like, let's see, Shawn Michaels, the Heart Foundation, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Andre the Giant. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I think that 90s was such a whole 80s, end of 80s, beginning of 90s, such a cult moment for WWF. Remember, it was WWF before WWE. So
WWF.
yes, and so I think it's one of those things where there's something in the pipeline. My agency's actually talking to a champion, a WWE champion at this moment. We might sign her, and if we do, obviously I can share more with you. But I love it. I don't watch it right now currently, but I love what it's about. I think it's fun. I used to always think like, gosh, those girls are like bad. Like to be able to like like the Bella twins. I'm like, oh my gosh, like such athletes, such performers, such entertainers. And I think that's why it's still on all these years later. And I love that it's on Netflix now. Again, huge fan, probably should get into it a little bit more. I know who the wrestlers are. I know who a lot of them are, like, even like the John Cena's, the Rocks of the world. But yeah, I think it's fun, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to help amplify somebody's voice that is in the WWE, and she's a current champion as well.
Believe me, I'm sure you will. The way you are, and what we see, of course. Yeah, no, I covered WrestleMania. I went to the first 10 WrestleManias, no matter where they were. So they were.
Joe, don't you think it's cool to see? Sorry to interrupt you, but like, don't you think it's cool to see the NFL players get involved, like the Kittles of the world, and even like Pat McAfee gets involved? Like, love, and then Jason Kelsey. Like, I love the crossovers. I think we need more crossovers. I love seeing these athletes want to participate outside of their normal day-to-day routine, because it's very different from being on the field in football and being fully padded up to throwing your body off the top rope.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I remember Shaq. Yeah. Shaq had a deal, it was like years ago. It was a short-lived deal, but he went in the wrestling ring with a wrestler. Shaq also tried other sports too, and it was like this big old, can Shaq play tennis? Can Shaq?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's an incredible world. I shared a lot of memories with them. And I actually had the world champion back in the day, Bruno Sammartino.
Yes, I know who Bruno Sammartino is.
And he did a wrestling show with me here in New York, and the shared life, the life that they lead is just amazing. And now it's like triple what it was. But wrestling it's like a comfort zone. You take your family, you take the kids. You go out and you have a wonderful time. But I could definitely see you. I'm a big believer in women in sports, and everybody will tell you that. I want them to lead in every which way. I want more announcers. I want more PA, and I want all of it, because it's the shining light. It's the guiding light. It's the future. It's where it is, and it should be like that. And I am for one. I won't rest until I envy like Meredith Marakiewicz of the S Network, and Lauren Shahadi of MLB, and the list goes on and on. And with what you do is just an amazing. I'm really. It takes a lot for me to be speechless. It really does. But
thank you.
This is an amazing. You're an amazing.
And I'm a little different. I obviously I can talk sports with them. I can talk sports with the men. I love football, baseball, basketball, hockey. I love all of it. Obviously having a dad that is a New Yorker, and then having a mom who's from Pittsburgh. Like, again, the dynasty teams. Whether it's a Giant or whether it's like a Mario Lemieux. It's like I was raised around the Jerome Bettises of the world. I was around in those conversations. It's funny. I actually was asked like last week, like, how as a daughter or as a girl, how did you get so knowledgeable about sports? And funny enough, I always say this, and people usually laugh, is I have a dad and a brother, a younger brother, and in order to like bond with them, and we go to all these games, it was like, that's how I could talk and correlate with them. And it was not a bad thing for me to learn that stuff. The joke is if I would have asked my father about Dolce & Gabbana's latest collection, his response to me would have been, what team does he play for?
Oh,
so again, I don't expect them to step into my world, but I do think it's been really fun growing up as a Steeler fan. Like my family is like 78 year season ticket holders for the Pittsburgh Steelers. My brother got married on Heinz Field. It'll never be Acrisure to us. Sorry. And then obviously having my dad's side all being like Giants fans, Yankees fans, like growing that the whole New York side of my family. These are like dynasty teams, whether it's, basketball, baseball, hockey, or NFL. And so I grew up to love it. And it's a passion of mine. The cool part of where I sit now in this world of broadcast and sports is I sit in the pop culture aspect of it, which is very new and very cool because the NFL specifically has grown in that way. We're seeing the other leagues do the same thing, like the NBA as well now. But this pop culture crossover, even before Taylor Swift, Joe and Sean, you had Jessica Simpson dating Tony Romo, so it's like,
Oh, yeah.
these athletes and these celebrities have gotten together, the Sierras and the Russ Wilsons, like this is not new. But what is new is the food, the culture, the fashion, the lifestyle of the athletes, the women behind them. So like the wags, the girlfriends, and then also like how the world sees them and how we're going global in a lot of these leagues. And so that's kind of the stories that I like to amplify. I like to like kind of mix those worlds together. Whether I'm talking about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, or I'm talking about Alex Earl and Tom Brady, like I'm there for the girls to talk on the entertainment side, but at the same time also going to pull towards the top 3 players to watch each week, or the coach of the year. I love that aspect of it where I can kind of split the role, because there's so many girls out there that do the stats and that talk the football meat and potatoes of it. But I love being able to mix a little pop culture in.
Oh yeah, I mean, you also had Carrie Underwood and her husband Mike Fisher, who was a longtime hockey player.
I mean, Erin Andrews married a hockey player. Her husband is a hockey player. So it's like these worlds have always collided. I just think now with social media, like there's so much more conversation. Like funny enough, like Lil Wayne was actually in my DMs because I called him out when he came for Caleb Williams during the Bears Packers games, and I was very playful how I came at him on the show, but it was like Lil Wayne and Caleb Williams had a little beef on Twitter. He was like, wait. We lost a quarterback that paints his nails purple, but it was a fun banter because, the fans love it. And as you guys both know, the Packers and Bears have one of the best rivalries in the NFL. So if you can play into it, and Lil Wayne was in my DM saying like he loved my segment because I kind of poked fun at him. But it's those crossovers, the celebrities who are fans, right? And then you have the athletes who are also the fans of the celebrity. So mixing those worlds together in music, fashion, and food, I think that's just so cool.
Well, what's interesting, because you talk about the crossover part, and that's how much I really fell in love with the Yankees. So growing up from 5 years old, having a family that's military, right? But my dad was big on teaching history, so I had Bond and stuff, and really fell in love with history. So then when I started watching the Yankees, and then my mom's like, "Oh yeah, they're historic," and then and all the and I just would dive deep on my own with the history, and then became diehard Yankee fan, diehard sports fan. But then my sister, one of my sisters, she's real big on English books, reading all that stuff, right? So that a lot of when we would bond would be like talking about pop culture and books and how it relates with current events and different things. And so you just find yourself like, wow, wait a minute, all this stuff.
Yeah, it correlates. And I think it makes the world go round. I think it makes the world more exciting and more entertaining if you can look at it from that wider lens of pop culture and kind of what the sport's giving to pop culture and then what pop culture is giving to the sport. That's so cool.
It's incredible. It really is. And wow, I never expected this, what was coming out. Again, you have to take over the show because I am completely.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Joe.
I'm telling you, I'm like speechless. I really am. But what you have to do is you got to come to New York, and we're all going to a Yankee game. That's for sure.
I should be in New York probably. I believe I'll be in New York at the end of April. Actually, as of right now, for one of my clients, we're doing.
We can go for my birthday, early May.
Oh, look at you! All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus King.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a bull. All right. No.
Yeah.
But, in all honesty, this has really been so cool. And to have you basically as our first guest, technically you're 1A. So It's an honor. And
I'm an A1 from day one, Joe.
yes. And you got to come back. Without a doubt, you have to come back. And
I would love it. I mean, we have so many things coming up. Obviously, the baseball season. Obviously, we've got the draft coming up, the combine. I was watching the combine pretty heavily over the weekend. So yeah, I would love to come back on and actually let's talk some. Let's like this time. I know you got to know me a little bit, but let's let me show the audience that I know my stuff too, because I'm a sports girl.
Oh no, we'll definitely have you back on. Especially
and like I said,
baseball.
number one, we're going to keep you posted with the baseball softball game.
Yeah, I would love that.
And then, like I said, as a nice group, we could get together and do a Yankee outing. That would be awesome if you definitely come in.
Yes, would love that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But we do have a little surprise for you. But before that, do you think you could do that? Hi, I'm so and so, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania. Because being the fact that you're such a big Yankee fan, she's got to be the best looking Yankee you've ever seen in your life.
I have to be official.
Right.
I mean, Jennifer Lopez did, in all fairness, when her and Derek were dating, she was one of the hottest Yankee fans, right? So we love J-Lo. So, but thank you. So just, you want me just to say my name and then that you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Yeah, even though this is a world sports show.
Yep.
But you also belong with NY Yankee Mania, and we would love for you to do that. That would be awesome. So if you could, we'll have you do it. Just count yourself down, 3, 2, 1. Say who you are, what you do, and whatever you want to say about the Yankees, and then we're going to have your voice every day on the show.
I mean, every day. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Toni Ferrara. I am a sports and pop culture expert and the founder of Ferrara Media, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
That is really cool. Now we have a little surprise for you too.
Okay.
And we're going to bring he or she up.
What's up, Toni? How you doing?
Oh my gosh, how are you?
How you doing?
So good to see you. It's been 3 weeks. I haven't seen you in 3 weeks.
Well, I guess if you haven't heard, we have added Toni to our client list with our agency.
So excited.
I'm excited to. She agreed to it yesterday to become one of our clients on our agency, and I'm looking forward. My team and I are looking forward to helping her agency out too, working together and growing together as a family. And also,
so exciting.
Toni, thank you for joining Joe and Sean. They're amazing, and all the guests that's been on this show has been through us. So you're added to the list of guests on this show.
I love it.
And like I said, Toni's amazing. She's such an inspiration. She's beautiful. She represents women in sports really well. And I told her last night on the phone call, you never know who you're going to meet in this business. And once we connected in Super Bowl week in San Francisco at the flag football game, I think that was destined to be. And I think after yesterday's phone call, she was excited and I was excited, and I can't wait to hit the ground running. And what she has planned for her business is truly remarkable, what she does. And I think our agency and her agency together, I think is be firepower. Me and her firepower. So and our client, all of our clients together could be firepower. So and like I said, and I'm excited to be on the journey with her, and I can't wait to see her in New York. And we gotta bring her to the Saturday softball game for sure.
Yeah, I would love that. I think that's so up my alley. Nathan, did you hear? I actually left Joe speechless. I know a lot of women probably in his life have done that to him, but I left him speechless.
Yes. Joe was. So when I told him that you were coming on, Joe was excited. He was excited. So.
I did.
I mean, this has been so much fun. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to work with you and kind of see what we're gonna do. And it's funny. I was telling Nathan on the phone last night, as somebody who manages talent and does PR for other people, sometimes you're like, wait a minute, someone has to do that for me because I can't do that for myself and my client. So it's nice that we connected at Super Bowl. Literally, it was my first event that I went to, which was the NFL flag football game, which was so cool. And Kylie Kelsey was there, Eli Manning was there.
Yeah.
It was definitely a fun time, and we got to have a little bit of a exchange, but everybody was doing their thing, everyone's working, and then obviously it's now weeks later, everyone's had a minute to regroup, kind of rebound from just like an insane week, and I was able to connect, and I'm excited to now have NR Media looking after me.
Yeah, and guys, stay tuned, everybody in the chat. We already have things planned for Toni, and when it comes to with our clients also, and also we launched a women's football league with the New York Jets called the ECAC, and I told Toni last night I want her to be part of that eventually down the line, and maybe cover the women's flag football, because women's flag football is the fastest growing sport right now in the business. So I'm excited that I was part of that launch with the New York Jets and the EC. This pertains to college girls who is currently in colleges, and that gives them another platform to play the game of football, which they love, and I'm excited to be part of that. And like I said, we have things already planned for Toni, and obviously our other clients, but mainly for Toni too. So because she just and like I said, she's her. The sky is limit for her, and her doors are opening up for her as we speak. So.
Well, and I'm nowhere near the aspect of Toni, but I'm honored too because
oh yeah,
so Run is going to be representing us.
Yeah, so we'll be all right. Toni, you ready for this, Toni? So
yeah.
we just keep adding all the clients to us too, and so we'll be repping Joe pretty soon, and his family too. So
I love it. See,
we have
good people attract good people.
Yeah.
Yes, and Nitin, maybe when Sophia gets involved, Toni could do the hair and everything.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
If you see it's not because she's my great niece, she's just unbelievable. She is a 3-year-old. Nitin met her. Nitin, you say
she's adorable, and Toni will love her too. Yeah. So she we'll definitely get her connected with Toni eventually. So
she's a commercial type because she goes into a restaurant, Toni. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh my God!" The eyes. She's just got the look. The anything commercial wise or just look at her. She's an amazing little girl, and I'm so proud of her. And I'm telling you, this guy right here, you picked the right firm, because this guy is really, really, really cool. I met him over the telephone. At least you saw him basically in person.
Yeah.
How funny. How funny.
Yeah, I met him. It was an innocent call. I thought he was going to stand. I don't know. But he was like, he took a liking to me right away. And right away, he brought us a really good guest. And then from there, we just flipped. And now we're like brothers. I mean, he's an amazing guy and a young guy. And I love to see all the young people make it in this, because I know what I
young. He's young and hungry. That's what you are, Nathan. You're young and hungry.
Right, Toni, I'm always hungry. I'm hungry. Yeah. And by the way, I said, I started this whole thing during COVID, and now I have a good team around me that helps me out. And I have 9 mentors in this business. And one of my main I have 9. All of them are amazing, but the 2 main ones I would say, like all of them have been helping me out. Like Tina Savas, who is my mentor. Ryan Field is my mentor. Amy Trask is my mentor. I got a bunch of mentors, but the 2 was Leonard Marshall from the Giants. He's one of my closest mentors, and then Lee Steinberg. He's one of my other closest mentors. One of the best sports agents out there, and he's been helping me, guide me through this agency stuff and what to do, not to do. And like I said, I'm learning from the best, and I'm excited that I'm with multiple companies and being an agent now, talent agent, representing athletes and entertainment people, and now women like Toni on board. It doesn't get better than this, because I think, like I said, we can be a firepower together, Toni, in my opinion.
I'm excited. We actually, ironically enough, Joe and Sean, Nathan and I have a good friend in common who used to play for the Giants, Brandon London. He obviously was the New York Post, and he does the on-field correspondents for the Giants, but like talk about small world. I did some PR for Brandon back in the day, and then Nathan knows him as well. So again, like I do feel like I'm in good company, and I'm excited to see where this all goes. And I thank you guys so much for having me on. I had so much fun.
Yes, and anytime if you're doing whatever it is, tu casa at tu casa. So you are more than welcome anytime.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate
it's
it.
been
Yeah,
an
I'll
honor and a
have to
privilege.
come back with some pop culture stuff. I'm sure there'll be some headlines this over the summer. You know, Taylor and Travis supposed to get married June 13th. So as we get closer to that June 13th date, I'm sure there'll be some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah,
What if you don't mind, because I'd like to dedicate the show to you. When exactly is your birthday?
March 26th.
March.
Oh, that's right, my brothers. You
Yeah,
see,
okay.
you got me starstruck. You know.
Today,
March
by the way,
26th. If you listen to the show or you like to come on, that show is going to be dedicated to you.
yeah.
You're so sweet. Well, and I guess we can like mark that into, let's talk about the draft, because I think we're going to have some really big players coming out of that combine. So I'd love to talk about that, or obviously talk about baseball, because basically spring training wraps right around my birthday. So
Right.
Hey,
I
and
think,
you know what? We'll talk a little Yankees, and we'll save that part for somebody like you.
I'll
And
wear pinstripes on purpose.
oh yeah,
I think
Oh yeah.
Tony, I think we need to reach out to these college players and start repping them also. This combine was amazing to watch, and Sonny
It's really
Styles,
good.
Sonny Styles is amazing, great player. He put on a show. All these players put on a show, but I think this is one of the most fascinating draft in a while, in my opinion.
I agree. And I think that I was actually telling a friend of mine who doesn't even watch sports about it, just by saying like, my component I told you guys earlier is about the storytelling part. And so for me, it was like watching these guys run the 40 and then being so emotional when they got the 4.3s, the 4.4s, and like calling their families and having that like emotional moment that the NFL caught on camera, like just like small little, like, because these guys worked everybody, we all worked hard for like what we were doing, but like these guys have trained so hard, and to watch them put everything on the line, the blood, sweat, the tears, the sleepless nights, the training sessions, the high protein diet, low carb diets, all of that, and to see them reach their highest potential, especially because we know the combine's not easy. It's like the biggest audition, and everyone knows some days you have good days, some days you have bad days, and to see people actually be able to shine their brightest on those days is like just amazing.
Yeah, no, it really is. And again, Nitin, thank you so much for bringing this wonderful talent. This, guy. For me to be speechless, I just like to completely.
Hey, like I said, my team and I bring you guys the real deal for endless possibilities. As you said.
And we're really looking forward to celebrating your birthday with you.
Yep.
Nice.
And that would be a lot of fun. So we mark it down, and we'd love to bring you back on March 26th, right on your birthday.
Do it. I have family in town that are actually Pirates fans, but I'll still be repping my Yankees hats. Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry. You wear your you do whatever you. I have a feeling you're probably going to take over the show anyway, but that's besides the point.
Nathan, he keeps saying that to me, and I told him, don't threaten me with a good time. Like, I definitely am ready for my own show. I think that's something that we'll talk about. Like, we're definitely going to in development for, but I don't, anytime that you are on vacation, you need someone to fill in for you, look no further.
Yeah.
You could come on anytime you want. We do entertainment shows, so you are more than welcome. You do whatever you like. You want to do interviews, you want to be on it, you want to whatever, spread any type of word. It's yours. That's what this channel's all about, for people to have fun, to get the word out and spread joy. That's what that's why we opened up a second channel. Mm-hmm. So whatever you want to do, you, as I say, now you're family, and you're Italian. It can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, invite
I'm gonna put her.
Now Joe and I have to have Sunday sauce together.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna have. But I told her we're gonna have Sunday sauce with the DeVito family. I'm gonna put her in touch with
Yes.
Tommy's mom.
I feel like that's iconic. I have to do that. Like that's like.
Well, he had my big ZD.
Yeah, it was good.
So you know, I have 5 different.
Wait, are you guys putting together an idea? Do we just need to pull from all the athletes that are Italian and have like a giant, like, you know, how like, what is it?
Why not?
San Gennaro, like I think like Kimmel does like the San Gennaro festival in LA. We need to have our own like Italian athlete fest. That's what needs to happen because there's so many of them.
And entertainers.
And entertainers.
I'll
maybe at Christmas, you know, during have the what is it, the 7 fishes feast?
Right. We have
Yes, Siete Pesh. You have to have Siete Pesh. You have to have the Feast of Seven Fishes.
We can get the Scorletta twins involved, Tony.
I mean, listen, again, like there's, again, I think it's so funny. Italians have, again, everyone's from a different part. Joe's from Sicily. My family's from Bari, Italy. My last name's Ferrara. There's actually a city in Italy named Ferrara up in the Venice area, the Venetian area. So I think it's so fun to like meet people that are from, again, all over the world, period. But I do think like when you're Italian, there's a special culture because everyone has a different way they were raised. And especially if you're like me, like I'm obviously Italian American. Dad's a Brooklyn born guy. My grandmother and my grandfather were on Long Island for a very long time. So everyone has like their traditions, and it's so fun to kind of see how many of our traditions match and then how many new ones there are.
When Nitin came over for dinner, he fell in love with the espresso coffee. I have the ones you use in the like the big cafes.
Okay,
and,
you a commercial one.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, we love it. We all have it.
I had 3 espressos with Bailey's.
Oh, he was going nuts. I was like, you're not going to sleep tonight, especially with Lavazza coffee. Forget about it.
I was going to ask you what kind of coffee is. Is everything that you need to say. I'm like, oh my gosh, you'll be running marathons in your yard. I mean,
exactly. That's right. Yeah, that's
We're
right.
Sign them up for the NFL Combine. You know,
there you go.
Off of the coffee.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what Lavazza coffee. If you're listening, powered by. I'm just saying, maybe a future partnership there.
There you go. See, and you know, come on.
That's how the marketing mind works. That's how the marketing mind works.
I know. And also, speaking of Ferrara, we can get Jerry Ferrara involved too.
Yeah.
So it's funny. So Jerry's brother actually reached out to me years ago because he found me on Facebook and he was like, "Are we related?"
Yeah.
And we did our like family tree, and there's like no relation. I don't know if this is true. My father told me this, is that my last name actually is not Ferrara. It's actually Ferraro, but the tail was pulled down on Ellis Island. And I will let the viewers figure out maybe why that my last name could have been changed like that. But so that's kind of our story. So I don't actually think that that's the traditionally my last name, just like how the Kelseys, like how Kelsey's last name is not really Kelsey. It was like, that's what all his dad's friends would call him. So, but no, there's no relationship to Jerry Ferrara. I adore him. I think he's great. He's a great actor. And he's another one that like took his acting and used as a platform to do investments in products and obviously a podcast with Matt Leinart. And so I admire, you know, everything that he's done. But yeah, his brother reached out to me. Oh my God, I want to say like over a decade ago when Entourage was at its like one of its peaks. And him and I sat there one night and we went like, okay, what's your grandma's name? And we were like back and forth. And there was like no, you know, and Joe, you know this, there's a lot of Joes, there's a lot of Sals, there's a lot of Nicks, there's a lot of Doms, there's a lot of, no, we have no
in the Italian culture. If you're not Joe, John, or you know, Salvatore,
or Maria.
Or Maria. Do you talk any Italian at all? I mean,
I don't, you know,
bad words now.
No, I don't. You know, it's one of those things where this is going to be so sad to say this, but in high school in Florida, growing up in Florida, you had to take a language, and I took German. Like, so your choices were Spanish, Latin, French, or German. And I just fell in love with like the German culture in general, just like how fun and happy people they are, and how obviously, you know, whether it's Oktoberfest or whatever they're celebrating. And so I took 3 years of German. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. I've done a little Italian here and there, but I think they always say if you don't use it, you lose it. And so I think I would have to have someone be able to like, you know, Rosetta Stone talk to me all the time.
Well,
or
yeah, no,
Duolingo or whatever. It's like I can play on those apps until the cows come home and learn how to say, ciao Bella and all that. But like at the end of the day, like it's not going to help me if I can't conversate in it.
so I could say something nice to you in Italian. You won't know what it is.
You could also curse me out in Italian. I wouldn't know what it is.
Well, first of all, I would never do that. That's not the language.
You're fluent in German then? Fluent in German?
Not fluent. I mean, I took it 3 years in high school. I definitely not fluent is not one of those things. But I did meet the guys that handle the NFL, Germany. Sorry for that.
That's
Well, it's fine. I'm saying you probably could be like intermediate, like you can handle yourself in conversation or understand what a sign says and tell someone.
By the way, speaking of Italy, so our guy Justin Pugh from the former Giants player,
he's out here in Arizona.
Yeah, we connected at Super Bowl week in San Francisco, and he now has. I think he's trying to do NFL Europe and Italy. I think he finally got something agreed to. So I think I'm trying to help him out with the project. So he's going to bring NFL Europe to Italy now to expand the game, and I think that's a project that I want to help out with him. And I have his number, so we're trying to schedule a meeting with him. So Tony, I don't know if you want to be able to help us out with that.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, he's literally from what I'm just learning now. It's so funny, Joe. My dad was in town last November, and he was like, do you know how many people live in Scottsdale that working the NFL, working like Major League Baseball? And I was like, obviously we have spring training here. So I was like, yeah, there's a lot of athletes that live here. I think actually I met James Harrison when I first moved here like 6 years ago. So it's like, I do know there's a lot of athletes that are retired. I actually live 5 miles from Michael Phelps. I know I heard Jay Glazer's in my neighborhood. Like I'm just now learning who's in my neighborhood, because being in LA for 15 years, I knew everyone who was in LA. I didn't know how many people actually flock to the desert. So I'm just learning who's here. So that's why I got excited when you said Justin. People were like, oh my God, he's here. It was funny because Brandon London actually is the one that told me about that. The person the woman who helped me get my house here in Scottsdale is Camille Kennard, Devin Kennard's wife. So like there is this like really interesting WAG, NFL, MLB, like world out here that I'm just like exploring. My dad was like giving me all these names of like, this person from ESPN lives here today. And so I started following them on social media and interacting with them. And yeah, anyone that we can expand the community to, I think is great. And obviously I know who Justin Pugh is, and we have mutual friends. And so Nathan, get me on his podcast, and that would be great.
Yep. I definitely will.
That's awesome.
I want to get you on the New Heights podcast too.
Listen, that would, what's funny is that you could pitch me because of the fact that I was given a show based on the fact that I talked about Taylor and Travis. So I would love to have that. I'd love to have that interaction with the guys. That, or Not Gonna Lie with Kylie Kelsey. I think she's phenomenal as well. I just love how I just love how real she is. And I kind of find a kinship with that too, because I'm pretty real too, as far as like, I don't like being scripted. I like live TV. I love doing podcasts like this where I can actually look at the Italian in me, Joe, coming out with the hands. I like to use my hands. I like to, it's like, it's all the things. And so I love to be able to, just really just kind of sit in and get to know people and have a conversation with them and not have to feel like it's so produced.
Yeah. And it's crazy though, because Kylie Kelsey, not many people realize she was actually a very successful collegiate athlete.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. There's surprisingly, so like, when I was in San Fran, I went to see Atoya Burleson, Nate Burleson's wife, and she's got the Inside Lines podcast. She was a track star here in Arizona. She in college. So a lot of these WAGs are actually really great athletes in their own right. And those stories definitely don't get to be told a lot of times. You kind of get like the little, like, just, bullet points of who they are, but it's fun to see kind of, that athlete like attracts like, and they probably go on to have athlete babies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there was that one lady that she played for Team Canada in the Olympics, a hockey team. You find out that either her uncle or something is Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
See?
It's like
it's wild.
It's like all athletes all in their family.
Yeah. I mean, that's DNA. That's like real. That's real athlete DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're right. But this has just been fantastic, guys. And like I said, Toni, you are welcome here anytime, always. You
I
are
love
family
it.
now. You're christened. That's it. It's all over. You're done.
He's
You're
part
with
of
us.
I love the Christmas
Well,
part. We're
buddy.
gonna all go to church. We're all gonna go to church. We're gonna all go to mass together on Saturday, and we're gonna
Oh,
have
yeah.
Sunday sauce together.
Woo!
Yeah, we're gonna cook sauce.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we do it all. And
Alfredo.
we have concerts. Maria and her dad Angelo, they do. Or they're all over the place. In Italy, they've sang with Andrea Bocelli. You know, so they've been all around, and they are just
One of my dearest friends actually is on tour with Andrea Bocelli, Pia Toscano.
Pia, sure.
Wow.
I was so upset. There was no. I know there was a lot of great people when she was on, but I lost faith in that show when she got ousted. Believe it or not.
But I think you have to
And I
understand,
think
right?
she
It's like
was better.
the audience sometimes, and you know this, like, and I guess as the only girl right now in the four squares that I see, like, one thing I actually said this. Actually, I was like, I should make a reel about this.
Yeah.
I'm a girl's girl, and I love women, and I support women. I love to build women up. However, our gender is not that nice to each other. Boys have a boys club. There is no such thing as a girls club. So there are a lot of very jealous and I call them mean girls. There's a mean girls club amongst the girls. And so I think that's what happened with Pia, is I think a lot of women did not vote American Idol for her because she was so pretty and she was so talented. And again, those shows are based on the audience votes as well as the judges' scores, because she did very well. That was the year with Steven Tyler. That was the year with Jennifer Lopez. Now she went on, Pia, I don't know if you know this, but Pia went on to sing background for Jennifer during her residency in Las Vegas. Right. And then obviously has gone on to do, like, she's with David Foster all the time. She's with Andre. I actually saw her last year when she was in town with Andrea Bocelli performing. You know, again, she's almost like a cousin to me at this point. Like, her and I've been such good friends since she was on Idol. And yeah, it's exciting. She's doing her music now. And but yeah, when you said Andrea Bocelli, that's the first thing I was like, wait, I was like, Pia sings with Andrea Bocelli.
Well, I'm definitely one of her biggest fans. And I like I said, I lost faith in the show, and I just never watched it. Once in a while, you know, I'll turn it on, but I lost all faith.
Speaking of
Pia Toscano would be an incredible. I would love to interview her. She's just great.
Speaking of American Idol, this this group of people are, let's just say, contestants are pretty amazing this year. And we got one already, one in from New Jersey, where I live. She's her name is Julia Sienna. I'm already connected with her, and I got her number, so I'm trying to add her as a client eventually, hopefully. Also, Toni, and
nice.
she's a Seeger cop also in New Jersey. She's a cop, and she's a singer, and she's obviously one of the contestants on this American Idol this year. Unfortunately, I don't think she made the top 30, but she was in the Golden Room yesterday. Yeah. But I don't think she made the top 30. But her voice is amazing, and to see someone represent from New Jersey, it's amazing, and for her to be a cop also, and on top of being on this American Idol, is just remarkable to see. So
American Idol. I work with Ryan Seacrest on Idol. I worked with Carrie Underwood. I got to work with Elliot Yamin, and I got to work with Pia Toscano. So I got to work with a lot of people from Idol. So I hold it in very high regard. And I did hear, I've not watched the season, but I did hear that they're some of the best contestants, and we love to see it, because we love to see again those stories, those people. Like, look at Carrie Underwood, like from Texas to like to where her career is, and it's nice to see these small town people and these like hometown heroes that had this gift that God gave them to be able to like share it with the world. I think it's so cool.
The one thing that I pray for every day, and to St. Anthony all the time, that's our family ritual. Mm-hmm. I always pray for Celine Dion. I want her to come back so much.
Yeah. I mean, again, like health wise, that's I feel like that's a tough one. Yeah. Here's a question for you guys. So I feel like I want to ask you guys a question that we can kind of wrap this up. Vegas residency. Every single one of you has to give me an answer. Vegas residency. If you could pick anyone, like obviously alive, not because I feel like I would be the first one to be like, bring Sinatra back, bring Elvis back. But if someone that's alive, who is your dream Vegas residency?
Oof. Man, that was a tough question.
Or it could even be the Sphere. A limited run at the Sphere. Who does it that is amazing, that hasn't done it yet, that needs to do it? Who?
I got two,
Okay.
but there are a couple, so you can count them as one.
Okay.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Okay. I like that.
Man.
Anything's possible, Joe and Nathan. Don't feel pressure, but anything's possible.
Wait, what about you, Toni?
For me, like I said, I think current is harder. I think current would be NSYNC. I would love to see NSYNC do a residency in Vegas. I think the 90s Y2K, I think they're hinting at the Spice Girls right now, so we'll see if that happens. But as far as like, if I would have said the question of like dead or alive, I mean, I'm a true Sinatra girl through and through, so I would have loved to have been around to see him perform.
Okay, for me, current would be, I can say anything, right? Like hip hop artists or rap artists. Okay. All right. For me, current, this would be in the Sphere. I want Travis Scott in there for current.
Okay.
And then if we want to go way back, classic, or actually, I wouldn't say back, but who is still doing it? Probably Snoop Dogg.
Listen, Snoop's a classic too. Joe,
Yeah.
Joe, who do you got, Joe? I'll say this much. I saw Janet Jackson perform 2 New Years ago in Vegas.
I saw so many.
Still dancing Rhythm Nation like she was in her 20s.
I saw so many people in Vegas.
Oh, I'll give you another one. I have another one. For me, it would be Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beyonce Cowboy Carter or Beyonce pre-Cowboy Carter?
Cowboy Carter.
Okay.
Well, I have one pretty young and one who's young and very successful, and I'm pretty sure she's been there before. But I absolutely adore Kelly Clarkson.
Ooh.
Yep. Kelly did a small stint in Vegas, but nothing major. But she should definitely do it now that she's given the show up. I think that this could be a time. I think she wants to spend some time with her family first, but I do think that she could definitely do if she wants to come back, that would be the Vegas residency.
And there's another young star. I followed her on Britain's Got Talent, and her name is, I'm not sure if you heard, but you could look it up. Her name is Connie Talbot.
Heard the name, but I probably need to jog my memory on that.
She has an amazing voice and soothing, and just she started on American Talent when she was 4 years old. And,
wow.
She just has been now I think she's 21, I guess, something like that. And just amazing. I would love to see her have a show in Vegas.
Love it.
I would like
guys, who performs next year at the Super Bowl in LA?
Oh man.
You know what? Who I want to see perform?
The last time in LA, I have to tell you, as a girl who loves hip hop and 90s, like that was so special to see Dre and Snoop and 50 Cent and Eminem. That was so special. But who does LA next year? Who does it?
You know what? I would love to see him. Go ahead, Nathan.
No, go ahead.
I was saying I would love to see a medley. Just get like like a medley of performers.
Like back in the day with Britney and Aerosmith and Mary J. Blige days, like those days?
Yeah, like in those days, or even when you had like Justin Timberlake and he had a few other medleys to honor Prince. You know,
I don't think Justin will ever be invited back after the Janet Jackson thing.
But after that Janet deal. And I was surprised they brought him back because the Janet thing happened before that.
Yeah.
And then when they did that with the Prince, honoring him. But no, what I would like to, a medley, guys. Like you pick Chris Stapleton, who played the piano. All right, he played, different instruments.
Well, kind of like, did you guys see the Netflix halftime for Christmas? Lainey Wilson, Snoop, it was such a cool contrast. It was someone from country, someone from hip hop, someone from that. I thought was kind of refreshing to see. Netflix, obviously, they took a chance doing that.
Yeah, but I would love to see Lainey Wilson, or even Carrie. But have a medley of like a country, a rap artist, a hip hop, or you got even a rock star.
Yeah.
Just throw a legend with current guys and just mix them all together.
Yeah, I hope they do it big next year in Los Angeles, like what they did with Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige. I hope they do that like that in LA. I think this year was okay. I liked it. Bad Bunny was not bad. He did pretty good, but I like when it's a group, when everybody's involved. So I feel like
Or you have special guests come out that like
yeah,
have had some kind of
Yeah.
collab with them in the
yeah,
in the past. Like when Kendrick Lamar was chosen, I was like, oh, how fun would it be if Taylor Swift would have come in, because they had like that, they had their remixes together. It's
Yeah.
always fun when someone has been on. But what about country? Do you guys think we'll ever see a country halftime show ever? Do you think we'll ever see a Morgan Wallen? Do you think we'll ever see
I hope
somebody
so.
along those lines? I feel like
Oh
that,
yeah.
or we don't see rock anymore. So I'm like, I feel like there's some genres that have definitely been missed, and so we'll see if
Yeah, I
Rock
think.
Nation and them will
Oh,
be a part of the planning.
No,
oh
you're
yeah.
right.
No, I would love to see a Kid Rock halftime
Yeah.
show.
What's
Just
that guy's name that lost a lot of weight? He has a lot.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah, Jelly Roll. Yep, I
yeah,
think he went
Jelly Roll.
for
He'd be
halftime.
great too.
Yeah,
Or you see a collab
yeah,
with him and Eminem. You know the collab. They collabed the Save Me version,
yeah.
Yep.
He has
remix
Jelly
version
Roll.
of.
Also, I saw Post Malone at the Thanksgiving game, the Chiefs and Cowboys. Post Malone's amazing. Like, I feel like, again, like a lot of and the Post Malone collaborates with a lot of people, so it's fun to kind of see him as well. But
Oh,
There's also another one. I don't know. I surf the seas, so I look, and there is another amazing singer that I don't know if you've heard of. She's German, Helene Fischer.
no,
Yeah, I've heard her name.
all these names I'll have to look up.
She has her own big show in Germany, and she's been with Andrea Bocelli. She's been all over. She is outrageous. You got to see her. She's an amazing. I would love to see her again here in the States. She's what a performer.
Phenomenal.
Oh my
Or
God.
what if you had a Beatles reunion as
Yeah.
a halftime show?
that'd be epic.
Paul and George. Paul and Ringo.
we have holograms now, right? They did holograms at Coachella years ago with Tupac, and they brought him out. So I feel like you could do a Biggie. You could literally have holograms now, or like the future, right, with AI. So it's like you could technically bring somebody back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You could have Paul, and you could have Ringo, and then you could have like Sean Lennon, the son of John Lennon.
Yep.
I do have one quick question for you, Tony. How do you feel about singers that are still going strong and they're in their mid 80s and stuff, like an Engelbert Humperdinck and Neil Sedaka, rest his soul. What do you think? How do you think? Do you think they've gone way too far, or do you envy them that they could still do it? Because honestly,
I think you like congratulate them for still doing it. Barry Manilow, Gaga, everyone, like those, like taking something that my grandparents and my great grandparents were like raised on and bringing it to the forefront, or letting people have a moment. Like, even I'll go as not as far back, but like, remember, like, and I hate to say this name on any platform, but Diddy, when Diddy did a song with Sting, it's like, people did a lot of that the newer audience didn't know who Sting was, but it's like, again, giving like almost like a fresh life and a new audience crossover to some of these, these classical arts. But like, good for them. Like, good for them. I think you have to applaud that, because that was a time before social media. Right. Nathan and I talked about this last night, because I said at Sundance, I spoke on I actually moderated a panel about PR and marketing in the attention economy. And what a word, what a phrase, the attention economy, that is where our currency is on the attention side of things. And I just think like these guys are the OGs, like these guys before TV, before, like, these guys were strictly radio guys. These are like before your MTVs. These are before your MySpaces, before your Napsters, before your, God, I feel like I'm just even saying the word Napster is like Napster, MySpace, Instagram, TikTok. Like, they don't need, and they didn't need those platforms to amplify who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strictly
and-
talent.
and
Strictly talent.
I just don't want to go. I went to 2 concerts and saw 2 people age right in front of my eyes, and it was one of the last ones in the early. It's 1994. We went. It was in Connecticut. We went to see the last concert of Frank Sinatra. And he forgot
What I wouldn't give to have been in that room.
I was at the real big one with Sinatra, Sammy Davis, and Liza Minnelli.
Ooh.
And it was one of the greatest thrills I ever had in my life.
Wow.
Also, Barbara Streisand's return. I was at Madison Square Garden. I shook hands with her. I was like, forget it. I couldn't believe it. And but the Frank Sinatra, I cried. I could not see that, he couldn't sing my way.
Yeah.
And if I had a voice, I would have ran on that stage and I would have taken, I would have said Frank, because it was so sad. And I don't want to see that happen anymore. Now look, Frank.
I agree with you on that. I can share a little story. So I was with Whitney Houston. I was with Whitney Houston the night before. So I saw Whitney Houston perform the night before she passed away, at Clive Davis's party for the Grammys, and she was my girl, Joe. Like that was my girl. Like that was my I loved Whitney Houston.
I think everybody loves her.
But just like you said, there is a time and place, but I think artists are one of those things that's that's what you want to do until the day you take your last breath, and so freaking be it. Literally, do you. I would never want to tell someone. I know the fan side of it is I don't want to see my favorite artist voice not be the same. I want to remember them in the highest possible way. I get that on the PR side for sure. I get that. But as far as if you're a true artist, I think you're gonna do it till the day you die. But I saw Whitney Houston try to sing "I'll Always Love You."
Yeah.
And her voice was cracking at that event, and obviously she passed away the next day. But I remember being wow, that was someone I looked up to, and to hear, just like you said, to hear someone's voice not be what you remember. Is,
Well, then you got Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I love Billy. I still want to see Billy Joel. I know he's saying he's not going to perform anymore because his health, but I'm he's someone who I'm so upset that I grew up with my grandparents playing Billy Joel, and I was the uptown girl. I wanted to be the uptown girl.
You are the uptown girl, not were.
Yeah.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
And also, obviously, John Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen, and Neil Diamond. Those
ZZ Top, legs.
Yeah.
She's got legs. Yeah.
Can you sing too?
I can sing too, but we're
Okay, so the next time you're on, then you're gonna sing. This is entertainment show. It's what it's all about.
But I don't want to be a singer, so that's not that. So no, I'm I sing, but I definitely not. I'm not Pia Toscano, Joe. I will talk to Pia, and I will see if I can get her on the show for you. She will sing for you.
Nice.
Oh my God, I'm really be speechless now. Forget it. That would be.
That's what us Italian girls are put on this earth for, is to make all the boys speechless.
It's such a perfect fit. You come on and you interview her.
Done.
That would
Say
be
less.
awesome. That would be the greatest birthday gift I can ever have.
Yeah.
How's
Oh my
that?
God, I love that. Well, Nathan, and then so May, we have to do that. What day in May? We know you're a May baby. What day in May?
May the 4th be with you.
That's my niece Ava. That's my niece Ava's birthday is May 4th. So that's my niece's birthday. May the 4th be with you. She doesn't know anything about Star Wars at 11, 12 years old, but she that's kind of how we always tease it with her. So there you go, May 4th. That's easy for me to remember. Just I'm your brother's birthday. We'll never forget each other's birthdays.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
And now I have 9 people that were born on May 4th that I know.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Who's the 9th?
May
Wow.
4th is popular.
What?
I said May 4th is popular.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love it. It's a very, and the number, it's just the best number that I it's just there. I put it in everything in my life. I love it. One way or the other, there's a 4 in there. So that's pretty good.
You brought up real quick. I have a funny story. Tony, you brought up Post Malone. Actually, a couple of years ago, my friend and I were in We were in LBI, New Jersey, near the beaches, and it was during the summertime. We were driving to some place, and then we were playing Post Malone. We were playing it loud in the car, Post Malone, and then this other car comes right next to us on the left. He rolled down his window. He goes, I love Post Malone. This is one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite artists. And he goes, I'm his manager. And we go, what? You're joking. I say, no, I'm seriously, I'm his manager. So it's crazy how that's funny. Like how it's crazy. It was weird, but it was crazy. Like what would Post Malone's manager be doing in New Jersey, in LBI, New Jersey? But Post Malone wasn't there. But yeah.
He could have family. You have no idea what he was there for. Someone's wedding, someone's communion, someone's bat mitzvah. You have no idea. Like that was like again, everyone kind of frequents, and then especially Jersey. I feel like Jersey is kind of a hidden gem. One of my clients from Bravo is getting married in New Jersey this summer. I'll be out there this summer for that. Like
Right.
I feel like a lot of times you don't know like the secret parts of New Jersey, or everybody hears Jersey, they hear of Jersey Shore. They don't know that there is actually a whole state that has a shoreline to it. So I think again, like it kind of sometimes has a bad rep in the Jersey Shore world, but I'm like, there's so much more in New Jersey that people don't even know.
And yeah, we're getting a Netflix building too.
Yes, you are. Getting Netflix is definitely putting their stamp there as well.
Poor Staten Island. We don't get it. What we have is the restaurant. We have
the Statue of Liberty. You guys were given that. That's a nice gift. That was a very nice gift from France.
And we have Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
Yes.
And Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Radio City.
Yeah. And Times Square.
There we go. But no, again, this was awesome.
Thank you.
This is the entertainment channel. This is what it's all about. And you can't ask for a better way, a better segue, because entertainment is entertainment, and that's what we're all about. And to make people smile.
I'm glad that my team and I were able to give you back-to-back amazing women. Yesterday, Tony. Yesterday we brought them one of our clients and singer Raquel earlier. She's a country singer. So
nice.
we brought her on here yesterday for them. So.
Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. Have the best week ever. Look forward to chatting with you guys soon. And let me know when
March 26th, we have a date.
March 26th, I will come on for my birthday, and we'll talk a little Yankees, like you said. We'll talk a little preview of the draft of what's to come, and it'll be fun. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, and let's go March, right?
And end of March.
Love to your parents, to your family. God bless you all.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you so much.
You stay
bye, guys.
Well. See you on your birthday.
All right. Bye.
You guys did amazing.
That was
Great job.
amazing.
I told you my team and I have endless possibilities for you guys, so stay tuned.
I never was speechless, but I was speechless.
You guys did amazing. Joe and Sean, you guys did amazing with her. Good job.
Yes.
Sean,
great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
thank you. Fun to talk to.
Shout out to the chat too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yankees up 5-0, baby. 5.
Yeah!
Hey. I know. And guess what? JT Escar hit a sacrifice fly. And guess who scored?
Who?
Giancarlo. Well, guys, I'd love to keep going and going, but we've got a ball game to do.
Too bad Yankees in Panama is not covered by TV or audio. Otherwise, would have been listening.
The Giants and USA game is on MLB Network or ESPN, right?
Yeah, it's on ESPN.
But we got it better. We got Ken and myself, and it's gonna be a blast.
Tony just texted me saying it was so much fun. Thank you.
Well, it was a privilege and an honor having her, and it was fun.
Knock down the time, Nathan, for her birthday, and we'll make something special for her.
Good.
Yeah. So many birthdays in March.
Yep. Poor May.
No.
Nobody loves May. No, just kidding.
You know what? In my family. So myself, I'm the 14th. My dad's the 17th. And my stepmom, who pretty much raised me, Mama, she's the 21st.
Wait a minute. Your birthday's up?
My birthday's on March 14th on a Saturday.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we got to have Maria sing to you.
Hey, your birthday's March 14th?
Yep.
Wow, we got so many. Okay. Happy birthday, everyone. And today's my two of my cousins' birthdays today.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy. But it's funny because of the fact that it's like 3 birthdays in 1 week. In my family growing up, it was kind of like, hey, happy birthday. Hey.
My birthday's in August. So
well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Do a quick turnaround, go get a beverage, go get a little sandwich, and then join Ken and I with the play-by-play of the USA against who are they playing? No,
they're playing against the San Francisco Giants.
The Giants. I'm teasing everyone. So come back, everyone. As you're going, please press the like button and subscribe to both channels, all the channels. We really appreciate it. World Sports Mania Entertainment. You please subscribe to that. And of course, as we get close to 1,000 subs on NY Yankee Mania, let's do this. Let's do this. Toni, I can't thank enough. She was amazing, beautiful in and out, and just, did anybody ever look better with the Yankee hat on? Let's face it, guys. Absolute beautiful woman, beautiful soul, and beautiful family. And we are so happy, and our family's hearts are sent to her because she deserves it. What a great interview. What a great person. Nitin, can't thank you enough, man. I send you hugs. It's really amazing. So everyone, I'm still speechless. I have to get back my swagger because I don't have it right now. I don't have it right now, guys. But thank you. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. We will see you tonight at 9 p.m. On NY Yankee Mania as we dissect some of the Yankee news. You guys haven't had Yankee news in a few days, so tonight we'll do it. 9 o'clock. Guys, Sean, don't forget. Nitin, don't forget. Come and pop up if you want with the game later on and say hello. And we'll see you guys at 9 o'clock. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go, Yankees. Toni, we love you.